Trump's methodology is simple. Delay, 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 delay. As long as I can, delay, delay, delay. When I finally get called to account, I take the fifth.
And distract. Delay
and distract.
Delay and distract.
That's right.
So
it's the big one.
It's going to take you 3 to 5 years just to get me to the point where I can take the fifth. And nobody's got the stamina or the money to keep up with that. I mean, if you don't have the fucking text messages that say, oh, you're going to give me welfare money to build the volleyball stadium?
Whoa.
I sure hope.
Goodness.
I sure hope no one finds out about that.
Okay, well, John, as a Mississippi native, let me tell you something about the favored son of our state behind Jerry Rice and Eli Manning, Brett Favre.
For those who don't know, it's Brett Favre, the former quarterback of the Green Bay Packers and I believe Minnesota Vikings and New York Jets. First thing is he was given money that was in a block grant, I guess, for welfare funds for Mississippi to give speeches that he never gave. So he had to pay that back, like $1 million.
But he didn't have to pay back the interest.
Because the interest is innocent.
The interest is innocent. No harm, no foul. He didn't know what it was supposed to be used for. First of all, I think we get a sense now of why Mississippi has such poverty. You come down there, you're like, all these people are poor, but that volleyball stadium is lit.
Oh
it
my
is
God.
Fire.
Have you
People get married there. It's so nice.
It's a destination wedding spot in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, to go to the Oak Grove High School volleyball stadium that he built the first time and to go to the USM women's volleyball stadium that was just built.
Why not do like what normal corrupt people do, which is give a shit ton of money to there and build the stadium and put your name on it. And everyone you ever know will get into that college, and that's the end of it.
Do you understand how good Brett Favre had it? Also, these text messages, I know for a fact they were sent on a Nokia brick or like a BlackBerry. There's no way this was sent on anything updated tech-wise.
You think flip phone? You think this could be a...
I think it could definitely be a flip phone. I think it could easily be a flip phone.
When he would get one, he would just hear...
Nextel chirp.
Actually, yes. Let's talk about those text messages for a second. Mm-hmm. Because Brett Favre said, is there any way the media would find out about this?
Right. Now, for those of you who don't know, Brett Favre is also the dude who like texted his dick to a woman who was covering news. You know, that's his, like, if anybody should understand embarrassing text messages can sometimes get out to the public, including pictures of your
Packer.
Thank you. Like, does anything land with this cat? Like, no learning curve, zero learning curve.
I don't think so. And that was point one. And then point two, he was wanting to know if the media could find out about this. Not the police. Not anyone in the justice system, the medium. And I think that really goes back to Trump and thinking that, like, you know, I that's not a problem for me. Law and order is not a problem for me.
Wow.
I'm concerned about being prosecuted by the court of public opinion. Because if he knows when this goes to trial or whatever, he will be just fine. But he doesn't want his legacy tarnished at all. And that's what that text message said to me.
I got to tell you, though, I don't know that he's going to be fine. Like, this is one of those that's so outrageous. Like, this is diabolical in almost a cartoon villain sense. Like, it's one thing if he was, he committed a little bit of insurance fraud and he used that money to pay the thing. Like, you stole $5 million of money that had been dedicated to those who are suffering the most in your state, the state in which you're a hero. That's Dick Dastardly, big mustache twirling, you know, tying Penelope to the tracks kind of shit.
Yeah.
You know what it is? It's sloppy Trump. He's sloppy Trump. Like, Trump would never let this shit get tied back to him in that way. And it just shows you the high level that Trump has to function to skate above the law. I mean, for God's sakes, Trump's cancer charity stole from kids with cancer.
But John, it also shows the good old boy state. Like, there is a level of like handshake politics in some of these state governments that is so casual and so cavalier about the way that they handle millions of dollars
Great
that you
point.
go, how did this even come about? How did you even think that this would work? How are we at the point where you're going, oh, I guess we have to really do this? Because Tocarra was talking earlier. Brett Favre didn't draw up the schematics. Brett Favre didn't say, oh, we can use this block grant and hide it as a lease instead of a brick and mortar so we know what to do with the $5 million. I know for a fact, I've seen sacks. I've seen NFL footage that lets me know he cannot come up with that plan. I know that for a fact.
You know what, though? What's so interesting is it's so reflective of his NFL career, which is greatness but reckless. Fucking
it.
reckless. And,
A lot of risk.
And in a big spot, risk and reward. And he was just like, hey, man, I'm just going to continue. I'm just going to scramble and see if I can make something happen.
Boy, did he. My
And
God.
it got him to the Hall of Fame. But now,
I'm going to send my dick to a reporter, and I'm going to get $5 million for a volleyball stadium and just top it off with some wink, wink emojis that I sent from my Nokia.
Oh, well, John, this brings me to my next point. Who's your favorite problematic NFL player? It can be current or retired.
It's Colin Kaepernick. For him to take a knee and